Okay, let's talk about cookies and cakes and all things baked. No, wait, makeup. Anyway, we're still going to talk about all things baked, but we're going to talk about them in the project Get Baked. God, that was so cheesy. I don't know what else you expect, but you get a little bit of cheese along with this video. So I finally did it. I finally filmed an entire video with lipstick on my teeth. So if you've noticed lipstick on my teeth in any of the earlier videos this week, just don't tell me. But this one I'm redoing because when I tried to watch it back and realized it annoyed me so much that that was all I could focus on. So we're actually going to get into this project now that I'm done telling you things you probably really didn't need to know, but hey, when don't I share? So before we do that, you know I'm going to ask you to please do all of the things. Thank you so much for everybody that plays along with me. I really do appreciate you guys. It is really, really nice of you to comment and like my videos, and if you're sharing them or whatever else it is that you're doing, I still appreciate any engagement. Okay, enough of my rambling. Let's talk about the Get Baked project. This is a project that Misty created. You know I tell you how much I adore Misty. This actually came about from what she kind of considers her juvenile humor. So this project started on 420. But instead of going along that route for baked, we're talking about all of our baked makeup products. So started 420 of this year. There is no end date. We're using the hashtag GetBakedPP. We get to pick 2 to 4 products. We can set our own goals. Part of the idea originally, I think, was to prep some of these things for panning because baked products last forever. They're hard to get through. But you can do them just as usage. For me, that's what I'm doing, is just trying to get some usage in some of these products that are going to be around forever so that I can work on them gradually over time, because putting a full baked product into a project is just not going to happen. It's going to be a usage goal for me. That's just me. Now on this one, we only do every other month updates, unless you feel so inclined to do otherwise. This is also on the PANtastic Ladies page. So I have that link down below too, and it's always linked in my title. But in the description box, you can get to Misty, you can get to the PANtastic Ladies, you can get all the good stuff. All right, this is really that simple. There's not much more that I think I need to give you background on. Let's talk about what I've had going on. So, first things first, I put in my Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten Foundation in porcelain. Now this had enormous pan when I started, and my whole goal with this is just simply to use it until it's gone. I stopped keeping track of usage because what I have found this works best for is touch-up. It's great for me for touching up, which I did just before sitting down to film since it's the end of the night, and you can probably tell by the craziness I got going on. But it helps because I have so many dynamic lines that makeup does sink. This kind of buffs it out, gives it more of the soft focus, and just works really well in that regard. I'm not using it as a full face foundation. So I am not tracking it, other than I can tell you at the June update it was 51.5 grams. And now we are down to 50 grams even. I use it with a really dense brush and just buff. And it literally is this here, because there's lineage. There's a lot of lineage, guys. So this is just going to stay in until it's gone. And I love this. This is great. And there's a really good chance that I would end up repurchasing this when this one's gone. When I first got it, I did use it for whole face, and it works that way too. I like the Laura Geller products. I think they're pretty good quality, so don't mind having that one around at all. Now, the other thing that I have had in since this project started is the Tom Ford Quad. You've seen it. It's the one in Nude Dip. It's beautiful. It's luxury. It's gorgeous. They're all shimmer shades. Makes things a little bit interesting. I don't mind doing an all shimmer look, but I like to have some mattes in there too, generally. And the other thing with this is it's a quad. So it's a little bit limiting because there are only 4 colors. So I've been using this with other things. Now, at the June, I lost my card. whatever. The June update, I think I had only gotten like 3 uses in. This update, I've gotten an additional 4, but I originally put it in for 20. And quite frankly, I think that's just going to take too long. I think I'm better off using this organically. I'm glad that I had it in. I'm glad that I actually got to get my first uses, and I've gotten 7 uses out of it, so that's not terrible. But I think I would rather leave it in, or just leave it in my collection as a companion piece instead of letting it sit in this project and take up a space that I could be using for something else. So I'm going to roll this out for the project, and I'll just use it as I use it, whenever I feel so inclined. I really did have... Oh. Nope. I have no idea where my card went for that. Whatever. So then there was another thing that I had in, and I had this in for 10 uses. It's the Pure... No, it's not. It's the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. Mine is in number 10, Be My Highlight. Once again, the hands aren't working. So this is just your basic light champagne-y color. 10 is pretty light. I mean, see, yeah, you can see it on the finger there. And this is very nice. It's very subtle. So it's very not me. I'm very in your face. I like my highlighters to be blinding. I want my highlighter to look like a highlighter. And maybe it's just a face. I don't know. But this is just okay to me. I don't love it. And so I think what I'm going to do, since I've gotten my uses, is I'm going to declutter it. Now, if somewhere down the road, I don't want to be signaling airplanes with my cheekbones, I will live with my regrets because I am going to pass this along to a family member. There's no point in me keeping it. It's going to last forever. I'm not going to be using it quickly enough. It's too subtle. I usually put other things with it because I wasn't getting the highlight I wanted. So I think it just needs to be decluttered for now. So that is rolling out also. The next thing that I had in, and I put this in the same time I put the Essence in there, was this very, very random Mary Kay at Play eyeshadow trio. And I put this in for a 10 use goal also. I've used this blue. It's not nearly as bright as it looks in the pan. It's a little bit more subtle, and I've actually used it with other things. I've used it as an inner or outer corner for deepening and for some other things. These two are lovely. They're all beautiful, actually. But this one is got a little bit more gold than you guys are seeing. This looks like it's a very boring, basic beige. But there's a bit of gold to it. There's some sparkle to it. And this brown has a whole bunch of twinkle, which is a lot of fun. So I've used all 3 of the shades at different times, sometimes together, sometimes individually, in different looks. I've gotten 6 uses out of my 10 on this. So I'm leaving this in because I want to get my other 4 uses. I'm enjoying this, and I like putting it with other things. So we're going to leave this one in the project. But because I am rolling one out and, well, rolling 2 out, decluttering one of the 2. You know. My doggy just opened the door for me. I am bringing in a new item. So what I have decided to bring in is a Sephora Face Quad. This is just called Micro Smooth Enchant, I think. This is the light version of their face quad. So highlighter, bronzer, a shiny blush, and more of a matte blush. I think this is supposed to be a dupe for one of the Huda face palettes. I've never had one of those, so I can't speak to that. But this is significantly cheaper. And, you know, of course I got it during one of the sales. And Sephora, during their VIB or whatever their sales are called, runs their stuff a lot of times at 30% off. Well, compared to a Huda price, that's a lot better deal. And I have used this before a couple of times. And I know the colors work for me. I like them. They're all pretty light, so I'm not going to give you swatches because you're not going to see too much there. On my skin tone, it's, you know, it's just going to, never mind. Anyway, what I want to do with this is I want to throw this in for 10 uses. Ideally, if possible, I want to use at least 3, if not all 4. I'm not quite sure how those blushes are going to play, but I'd like to use all of it in the same look with my 10 uses, or maybe alternate the blushes or something like that. but I don't want to do like one thing as one use. If I can avoid it, I would love to do more. So that is the plan for this one. And then this, of course, is just going to be in for who knows how long it's going to take me. And then my last few uses on the eyeshadow. So that is my update for Get Baked. I hope you enjoyed it. And I know. Cheesy beginning. Didn't need to tell you the lipstick story, but I've never denied the crazy train. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you for letting me vent my craziness. And as always, I do appreciate all of you. So until next time, see ya. Bye.